Well, welcome to KREM 2 News at noon. I'm Dana Marie McNichol. Laura Papetti is off this afternoon. We begin this noon hour with a developing story. A body was found in the Spokane River near the Spokane Falls Boulevard Bridge. This morning, police and fire responded to the scene and closed some lanes off for traffic near the Spokane Falls Boulevard. Police also closed a section of the Centennial Trail. Right now, investigators aren't releasing much information about who this person is or how this person died. But again, this is developing, and we'll update with you more information on KREM.com and then KREM 2 News first at 4. Also, new information in a disturbing story. The Spokane Police Department has located the suspect in a child luring incident from the weekend. Police say the suspect was picked up on an unrelated warrant and is now in custody. The man allegedly attempted to buy a young girl. An investigation is ongoing. It happened Saturday afternoon near Empire Avenue and Cincinnati Street near the Northtown Mall. Police are still urging the public, if you have any information on this case, to please call the number there on your screen. And new details in Idaho. The Idaho State Police say they took one man into custody after a high-speed chase in Rathdrum. Police arrested a 33-year-old man on several charges, including assaulting an officer and also eluding. ISP says they received reports of someone driving erratically around 4:30 on Sunday. When they gave commands to pull over, police say the driver sped up and got on I-90. Authorities say when he slammed on his brakes, it caused officers to crash. Police say the suspect also crashed into two other vehicles. Authorities slowed it down with spike strips, and a Cooney County deputy tased the suspect after he got out of his car carrying a hatchet. No injuries were reported. And a new burn restriction are in place today in eastern Washington, so that's why we have Nicole Hernandez. She's telling us where campfires are allowed this week.
Yeah, so unfortunately, these backyard bonfires here are not allowed right now, and that's because of those burn restrictions that are in place. So there's really three reasons why these restrictions are in place. One, we have higher fire danger right now. Two, actually, people burning debris is causing more fires. And then, of course, we have this really warm, dry weather. So here's everything you need to know about these burn restrictions. Small debris disposal fires are now limited to a 4-foot wide diameter pile. That's happening in the foothills and upper basin in Spokane, and then also parts of Lincoln County north of Highway 2. Campfires are not allowed except in approved designated campgrounds in the same area. Fire danger has increased from moderate to high in the lower basin area. Now, the Department of Natural Resources wants you to remember some of these fire safety tips. If you are able to start a campfire in one of those designated areas, remember you have to douse your campfire with water before you leave it. If it's still warm to the touch, it is not safe to leave. And then, of course, watch the weather. Windy conditions around debris burn piles can cause nearby trees and grasses to spark. And if you're interested in more information about these burn bans, you can actually text the word burn to 509-448-2000. We'll send you that info right away. In Spokane, I'm Nicole Hernandez.
All right, thank you so much, Nicole, with that helpful information. Well, we're taking a live look outside. Beautiful Lake Coeur d'Alene and the resort and that American flag on Memorial Day. If you plan on cooking or maybe going out for dinner, plan on some warm weather. Jeremy is in the Outdoor Weather Center right now to let us know just how warm it'll get. Jeremy, I feel like that suit is way too hot for the weather right now.
Dana Marie, what do I do?
Take it off. Just kidding.
Right. Well, Dana Marie said so. Let's get into this weather here because, oh man, it is so hot out here. I'm not even kidding. It is hot. It feels hot. We're up to 77, temps in the mid and upper 70s right now, and they are going to continue to rise as we head through the next few hours. It is that kind of warm outside. 76 in Coeur d'Alene, 72 in Sandpoint. How about 84 in Moses Lake already and 79 over in Wenatchee? It's a warm start to the day, there's no doubt about it. We had a couple of high atmospheric cirrus clouds. I look up, I see a couple more of those, and that's really about all we're going to get today. Expect fewer and fewer clouds as we move through the week. But for today, we're not even as warm as we are going to get. Our temperatures are going to continue to climb. We're at 77 now, climbing this afternoon into the low to mid 80s. About 84 is where we will be here in Spokane. Next few days, though, temperatures on the rise, and that even prompted a heat advisory for parts of central Washington. I'm coming back inside in the air conditioning and all of those details in just a bit.
All right, thank you so much, Jeremy, for that really warm forecast. Well, this year the Parks Department is making some big changes to one of the most popular put-in spots at the Little Spokane River. Brandon T. Jones tells us what you need to know about paddleboarding this year.
Well, it's that time of the year, and as the weather warms up, people are trying to get out on the water and find any way they can to cool down. Right now, I'm at the Little Spokane River. This is the St. George put-in, and this is a popular place for people to launch kayaks, canoes. In the past couple summers, stand-up paddleboards, but this year, stand-up paddleboards will be banned from the spot. That's because Washington State Parks and Recreation says this is keeping with regulations that prohibit certain activities. When the law was first made, paddleboards were not as popular as they are now, and paddleboard users are more likely to fall in the river and damage the habitat. Staff have seen an increase in habitat and resource damage to the Little Spokane River, but there's no need to worry. There are other locations in Spokane where paddleboards are permitted. You can launch at Please Flats on the Spokane River, 9 Mile Recreation Area on Lake Spokane, Carlson Road put in at the top of the dam, and Lake Spokane Day Use Area on Lake Spokane. So the St. George put-in will actually be offering free kayak rentals here, and we'll have more information on how you can get some of those later on once that comes in. But for right now, I'm Brandon T. Jones from the Little Spokane River.
All right, thank you, Brandon, for making sure we know those safety tips. Well, for Memorial Day, a group of kids took the time to celebrate the true meaning of the holiday. To honor those who made the ultimate sacrifice for our country, kids from the Northeast Youth Center planted a flag and placed a penny on headstones at Fairmount Memorial Park Cemetery. A coin on a headstone lets the deceased soldier's family know that somebody stopped by and paid respects. A penny symbolizes a visit. A nickel shows someone trained with the soldier. That deceased soldier, and a dime shows that they served together. A quarter left on a headstone symbolizes someone was there when the soldier died. And across the country, nearly 40 million Americans are expected to travel this weekend. AAA says 34 million will be on the road alone, even with the national average at the pump up more than $1 from a year ago. Airports are now also breaking post-pandemic passenger records. Nearly 2 million people passed through TSA checkpoint on Thursday. But while the numbers may sound high, it's still lower than the same day back in 2019. And the CDC is again urging people to be cautious over Memorial Day weekend.
If you are vaccinated, you are protected, and you can enjoy your Memorial Day. If you are not vaccinated, our guidance has not changed for you. You remain at risk of infection. You still need to mask and take other precautions.
97% of all new COVID cases in Washington are among people who have not gotten the vaccine, according to the Department of Health. Just under 1,000 people are testing positive for the coronavirus every single day in our state. Well, new at noon, Gonzaga baseball found out that they will be a 2 seed for the NCAA Baseball Championship. It's the highest seed they've ever received for the tournament. They will head to Eugene, Oregon, where the University of Oregon will be the 1 seed and regional host. The Bulldogs will play LSU for their first game of the tournament. That will be at 7 p.m. on June 4th. It will be streamed on ESPN3. Go Zags! And Hoop Fest team registration opens tomorrow. Volunteer applications are also being accepted right now. And just a reminder, volunteers get some pretty cool Nike swag. Now it's time to pull your team together, come up with a creative name, and register your players, because this year's Hoop Fest is scheduled for September 11th and 12th. And we're continuing our coverage of Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month.
Now, Tom says that it only takes him 30 seconds to make a California roll. So what do we got to do first?
Okay, well, after the break, he takes us step by step and teaches me and you how to make a sushi roll. That's coming up. But before we go to break, since it is Memorial Day, we are honoring the fallen. If you'd like to honor someone this Memorial Day, send us a message, 509-448-2000, and we can share them here on KREM 2.